Good morning, KU. My name's Charlotte James.
And I'm Kira Hageman.
Welcome back. We had a show last week, but we did have break. How was your break? Tell me about it.
It was great. I mean, like basically everyone, I just kind of went home, saw my family. I was only there for 4 days and I came back early, but
It's nice to have a day back.
yeah,
To get your feet under.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just kind of chilled. But yeah, I got to see all my family, made the turkey with my mom, tried to make the sweet potatoes, did not turn out well. But I'm just a girl, so it's fine.
That's
what about
fair. You know, a lot of the same. I went home. I had some family come into town, which was awesome. Great to see them. I am every year, without even a slight bit of doubt, I am grateful that our family is not a turkey trot family.
Oh.
And, you know, one of my biggest fears is someday that I marry a man whose family is a turkey trot family. I just don't think I could do it.
See, unfortunately my family is, but our town is so small that they do the turkey trot 2 weeks before the actual
So
Thanksgiving.
you missed it.
So yes, except my dad makes us go for a run after the dinner. After the turkey's in your stomach and you've eaten everything you can, yeah. And then we have pie after the run, but
I'm sorry, that's horrible.
he just decided, how can I actually make this even worse?
Wow. You know, I thought an original turkey trot was bad, but ladies and gentlemen, the Hageman's turkey trot takes the cake.
I still get to sleep in at least though.
Okay, that's what matters
That's
at the end of the day. That's what matters. But I think we have some pictures of our team and what they've done over break. So we're going to go over those really quick. So first off, Attica got to go to Atlanta with his sister and celebrate Thanksgiving with his grandmother.
Aww.
And I mean, Atlanta, I've never been, but it seems
You
like such
haven't?
No.
I do
but
not
it
like
seems like
Atlanta.
a great area, and I mean, look at how cute his grandmother is.
Yeah, that's
Like,
so
come
sweet.
on. Who doesn't love grandmothers? Like, you gotta love it.
That's quite the traveling.
I know, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Oliver got to go home to Wichita and have Thanksgiving dinner with his family and his 2 dogs.
Oh my gosh,
So
I
sweet.
love.
They're like twins.
Yeah, I'm loving the selfie angle.
Yes. That's Joe Marsh right there.
Oh, she's eating.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it. So Ashlyn got to travel to Michigan, and she saw the first snow of the year there, and she also got to come back and see the first snow of the year here in Kansas as well.
Aww.
But it's so pretty. Like the first snow of the year, there's just something
that is a
about
great
it.
photo.
Yeah, I mean, like the first 3 snows, you're like, yes, snow, and then it's like, oh my gosh, could we not have snow?
Yeah, no more cold.
But I mean, it is beautiful. It's a great time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Grace also had dinner with her dad and her family. Oh my gosh, they're twinning. Look at the
red is awesome. And okay, looking at that dad, that's a dad that's like that's a daddy's girl dad. Like that's
yeah,
awesome.
no,
I absolutely love it. And
it's a good photo.
Grace looks gorgeous, and that
Yes,
just had to
glowing.
say that. Sorry.
Glowing.
So Stephanie got to spend Thanksgiving with her fiance and both of their families. What like a wonderful thing to be able to do, to go and share Thanksgiving with not only your family but your future family as well, is such a beautiful.
I just have to point out that how only like half the table is looking at the camera. That is so real.
I mean,
I don't think my family got one that everyone was looking at the camera.
We didn't either. My family wouldn't know where to look,
Yeah.
even if we tried. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess so. Sarah celebrated her friend's 21st birthday over break. That is, look at those balloons.
The decorations, the outfits, the book. It's wonderful.
That's super cute.
All of it is fabulous. Sarah also looks gorgeous in that as well, naturally. I love birthday parties.
Yes.
I can't wait for mine someday. That'll be a
Your
fun
21st.
day. Yeah.
Yes.
We've got a little bit, but we'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Emerson got to put out Christmas inflatables with her mom. When I was little and I would drive past the houses with the inflatables, I was like, wow, like that's gonna be my future home someday.
Yes.
Like, I need all of the Christmas inflatables humanly
there's
possible.
so many.
That I
Oh
can
my
fit
gosh.
on my front yard. Like it's gotta happen.
Were
know?
you like a lights family growing up?
Yes, my mom's an interior designer, so
Okay.
everything has to be like aesthetically pleasing at all times. But I love the Christmas inflatables. And I mean, the inflatables year round. You can never go wrong, really.
It's so true. On Tennessee Street, I don't know if you've seen it, there's like a big Santa Claus like on the top of the
haven't.
roof. Really? You have to go by because it's
Maybe I'll have to
kind of
drive
scary.
past today.
Like in the middle of the night, like you just look over and it's like staring at you. Yeah, it's funny though.
Good.
Emma celebrated her birthday early, and looks like she's turning 20. Such a cute
Happy
photo as
early
well.
birthday, Emma.
It's birthday season apparently.
Yeah. But our favorite weather girl, we can't do it without you. We love you so
Yes.
much.
Yes.
You're the best. So yeah, Harrison got to go and hang out in Minnesota. I know he does not look very happy here, but he had a 404-hour drive, and he was not having it at this point, as I was talking to him before the show.
At least he got the front seat. I mean,
fair enough, you know, small victories, small victories.
and he had some friends to go along with the drive. That's always
Yeah.
nice, not to go alone. Milena went to the plaza with her family and her twins' boyfriends. So that's super fun. I love this photo so much.
You know,
the little
twin,
earmuffs are
I
so
know,
cute.
Her twin and her boyfriend, and then Milena and her boyfriend, and the parents in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
how could you not love it?
I love the plaza during Christmas time because the
I've never
lights
been.
really, you have to go.
I know. Maybe we'll have to take a news show trip.
Oh,
We'll see.
that'd be fun.
But yeah, I love that photo. Makes me happy.
Yes.
And then I had the opportunity. I had Friendsgiving with a couple of friends before I headed back to school. Before I headed back home. So those are two of my girlfriends, and my friend made an outrageously good turkey.
Oh, really?
Like, you know, when you go to Friendsgiving, you're kind of like, oh, it's going to be like somebody's going to bring mac and cheese, and then we'll have some like semi-stale bread. And like, my friend made a turkey, and it was outstanding. So shout out Jackson Green. But
go.
like, my friends chefed it up. I was very, very proud. But looks like our team had a really great break.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't have gone better. I don't
Yeah.
think. Everyone went home and got to spend time with the people they love, so that's awesome.
That's what matters. And I mean, next week is our last show of the season.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The season has gone by so fast, and it's been so much fun working with everybody and
I
learning
love
how
getting
to
to know everyone,
I
so.
know, and learning how to do different jobs and bounce around. But yeah, I think you got to come back next week for our last show. But I think that's all we have for right now. We're going to send you to a package, and then we will be back with news.
As we exhale, we'll drop to the knee. Let our feet swing over to
The Lawrence Public Library hosted the monthly event, Yoga at the Library. Whether you are a beginner or advanced, Lawrence residents can kick off their week feeling fresh and relaxed.
left coming forward. The arms start to lift. Engage the core and hold it. Breathe forward, nice. As long as they can't go forward anymore, then they'll drop down to round.
Not only does the Lawrence Public Library provide a space for learning and resources, but events like Yoga at the Library also foster wellness and community engagement, making it a vital part of life for many residents.
Bending through the right knee, bringing that knee towards the body back towards the knee or top. And we'll tuck. Remember the bottom is opposite. Let's do it. Take one more inhale. If you're looking for the back.
Welcome back. I'm Ella.
And I'm Elena, and this is your Good Morning KU News Update. Betsy Barnhart, an associate professor and director of Industrial Design of the Industrial Design Program in the School of Architectural and Design, was awarded with the Hope Award on November 23rd during the halftime of the KU versus Colorado football game at Arrowhead Stadium. This award is a special recognition for a faculty member who has had a big impact on students' lives and embody the values of the Jayhawk community through their outstanding teaching methods.
One of the first major snowstorms of the winter season hit parts of New York, Pennsylvania, and Michigan over the Thanksgiving weekend. Snow piled up as fast as 3 inches per hour on Sunday in some parts of western New York. Near Buffalo, about 2 feet of snow fell at Highmark Stadium as crews and volunteers raced to clear the stands for the Bills football game. Forecasters warned that upstate New York could see as much as 6 feet of snow by the end of today, creating hazardous conditions and prompting travel advisories.
Good Morning Indian Country just scored a $100,000 grant from the Henry Luce Foundation. This was announced in October, and the money will be spread out over the next 2 years. The goal is to back some exciting projects and ensure that Good Morning Indian Country students get the training they need to thrive in the newsrooms nationwide after graduation.
Former police officer Roger Golubsky was found dead Monday from an apparent suicide with a gunshot wound discovered on the back porch of his Kansas City home. Golubsky, who had pleaded not guilty, was set to face trial on 6 felony charges for allegedly sexually assaulting black women and retaliating against those who resisted. His death prompted U.S. District Judge Toby Krause to dismiss the charges at the prosecutor's request. However, a separate criminal case involving 3 other co-defendants is still ongoing.
China announced on Tuesday that it's banning the export of minerals to the U.S. like gallium, germanium, and antimony. They're also tightening rules on graphite. This move came after the U.S. had established stricter rules for China's access to advanced tech. China is calling the U.S. actions illegal and saying they're bad for global trade. These minerals are crucial for making semiconductors, and Chinese industry groups are telling businesses to reduce their dependence on American chips.
Tyson Foods is set to close its beef and pork processing plant in Emporia, Kansas, eliminating over 800 jobs. The company announced today that the plant will shut down around February 14th, with additional layoffs at a lab facility scheduled for January 31st. This closure marks the latest in a series of cuts by Tyson Foods, the largest U.S. meat processor by sales. Since early 2023, the company had closed 6 chicken plants and a pork plant in Iowa, laying off thousands of workers. Tyson says the decision to close the Emporia plant is a part of a broader effort to streamline operations. That's all we have for news. Let's throw it over to Oliver and Atakai with sports.
Thanks, Ella. KU's football season came to a disappointing end after a 45-17 blowout loss to Baylor in Waco on Saturday. Jayhawks defense did not have an answer for the Bears and their fast-paced offense, as Baylor was able to total 605 yards of offense, including 310 yards and 4 touchdown passes from Baylor quarterback Sawyer Robinson. Kansas will finish the year 5-7, failing to qualify for bowl eligibility by just 1 win.
The women's basketball team won the Virgin Island Paradise Jam, defeating Pitt, Northern Iowa, and Auburn on their way to the title. Samaya Nichols continued her hot start to the season, averaging over 24 points during the tournament behind her aggressive attacks, leading to nearly 15 free throws a game. Her scoring onslaught, as well as 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, gave her the title of the tournament's most valuable player. Despite the impressive wins against Power 5 opponents, the Jayhawks still remain unranked. The team is 7-1 on the season and will look to face Wichita State Thursday night at 6:30 in Allen Fieldhouse.
Kansas men's basketball remained the #1 team in the new AP poll released on Monday. KU is 7-0 for the first time since 2017 after beating both Duke and Furman this past week. The Jayhawks will look to continue their winning streak on the road against the Creighton Blue Jays tomorrow and against rival Mizzou on Sunday afternoon in Columbia.
After losing to BYU on senior night, the volleyball team ended their regular season on Friday in Ames, Iowa, where they defeated the Iowa State Cyclones. With that win, the team finished with a record of 24-4. The Jayhawks will head into the national tournament as a 3 seed, tied with Arizona State as the highest-ranked team in the Big 12. Leading the way in the Jayhawks' quarter of the bracket are 1 seed Louisville and 2 seed Stanford. Their opening round matchup will be at home against Colgate Friday night at 6:30.
The NFL season is now on the home stretch, and there are still plenty of teams trying to jockey for position in the playoff picture. In the NFC, the Lions are the 1 seed, followed by the Eagles, Seahawks, and Falcons. For the AFC, the Chiefs are the top dog, but not far behind are the Buffalo Bills. Both of these teams have already clinched playoff berths. However, there are still 5 weeks left in the season, so the standings could change. That's all we have for sports. We're going to take a quick break, and Emma will be back with the weather.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Emma here with your weekly weather forecast. Well, if you were in Lawrence over this past weekend, you will have noticed that our first snowfall hit, and we are still seeing those after effects of that today. If you look outside, you can see that there is still snow on the ground, and because we officially have cooler temperatures here in Lawrence, they are unfortunately here to stay. We aren't going to be seeing too much fluctuation between our colder temperatures, and that's why you can still see that snow on the ground, and it's probably going to stay that way through the rest of this cold December month. Now this week we are going to be seeing mostly sunny skies, so a bit of relief from those nice cold temperatures is going to be that sun beating down. While it won't make too much of a difference, it might help to warm you up just a little bit. Taking a look at our current temperatures here in Lawrence, we are currently at 24 degrees, and it's pretty similar all over Kansas. Currently, over in Kansas City is sitting at 23 degrees, up in Leavenworth is also 23, and then in Topeka and Ottawa up at 24. Taking a look out over our beautiful KU campus, no clouds in the sky today, thankfully, and it's pretty much going to stay that way for most of the week with some slight variations, but for today, no clouds, lots of blue skies, and lots of sunshine. Here in Lawrence, once again, 24 degrees, all sunny skies, but it is actually feeling much cooler. Currently, it feels around 17 degrees, so definitely the time to be bundling up, putting on your winter jackets, your hats, your gloves, all of that fun stuff, because those cooler temperatures are definitely here to stay. Wind speeds are currently at 11 miles per hour, and they're going to kind of fluctuate just a little bit. Not too windy right now, but as we get further into the day, we're going to be seeing a slight increase of about 2 miles per hour as we go further into the night as well. Taking a look at our hourly planner, our high for today is going to sit around 39 degrees, and that's happening at around 4 p.m. before we start to drop back down to 32 at 7 p.m. and up just a little bit to 34 at 10 p.m. Now our trend of having clear skies is going to continue as we get further into the night and into the early hours of the morning. Now, as we mentioned before, our wind speeds are going to rise just a little bit. At 1 p.m. we're going to be sitting at around 13 miles per hour, and that is probably where our cap off for the day is going to be before we start to drop back down to 12 miles per hour, all the way down to 10 miles per hour at 7 p.m. before they start to rise just a little bit as we get into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Nothing exciting happening on our radar, unfortunately. Maybe if we were taking a look at our radar from this weekend, we would have seen something a bit more exciting, but because there are no real clouds happening, no real exciting weather events, our radar is pretty blank and pretty empty for today. Taking a look at tonight's forecast, a low of around 32 degrees is going to be happening in the early hours of the morning, which, considering what our high for today is not really that bad. 32 was about what our high for yesterday was, and so for 32 being our low tonight, won't feel all that bad. Clear skies once again all night, stronger wind speeds probably averaging around that 13 miles per hour range, and higher humidity levels as well. Tonight our humidity is going to probably range at 73%, but unfortunately because of those cold temperatures and because of those strong winds, that humidity is not going to make too much of a difference temperature-wise. Tomorrow's forecast, we're seeing a pretty big increase all the way up to 53 degrees, so that is really the last little bit of fall weather we might be experiencing, because as soon as we get past tomorrow, we're dropping right back down into the high 20s. Stronger wind speeds again, averaging around 10 to 20 miles per hour, but will probably continue to sit at that 12 to 13 mile per hour range, and our humidity is dropping just a little bit down to around 64%. Taking a look now at our sports forecast tomorrow, when the men's basketball team plays Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska, they are going to be experiencing some slightly more clouds than what we're seeing here in Lawrence, but definitely those windy skies are still going to be prevalent pretty much everywhere here in the Midwest. They're going to be facing a high of around 45 degrees, so maybe just a little bit cooler than what we are going to be seeing tomorrow. Much stronger wind speeds though, which have the potential to blow over 40 miles per hour, so definitely something to be made aware of if you happen to be in the Omaha area. Now zooming over back here to Lawrence, Kansas, where on Friday the women's volleyball team will be taking on Colgate. There we were going to be seeing a high of around 43 degrees on Friday, so definitely a bit of a dip from tomorrow. Mainly sunny skies again, maybe a slight sprinkling of clouds earlier in the morning or later in the evening. But the good news is lower humidity levels and some average wind speeds, probably going to be ranging around 9 to 10 miles per hour, as opposed to the 11 to 13 miles per hour we're going to be seeing today and tomorrow. Taking a look at our extended forecast, like we've said, tomorrow we're seeing a slight rise in temperatures all the way up to 53 degrees before, unfortunately, on Thursday, back down to 29 degrees. Thursday is going to be our coldest day of the week, so definitely something to make yourself aware of as you're out and about walking around campus. It is going to be a chilly one. As we get into the rest of this week and over the weekend, lots more sunny skies still in effect all the way up until Sunday of this weekend, where our temperatures are rising all the way back up to 62 degrees on Sunday, bringing with it partly cloudy skies all the way into next Tuesday, when we drop once again down to 38 degrees. Well, that's all we have for weather. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning KU, and we'll see you right here next Tuesday at 10 a.m.